Now, before you go into this video, just know I love My Hero Academia. Despite its flaws, I will always be a fan, even though it gets me frustrated at times. It just is the game of it. I love My Hero Academia, but this decision in general just got me frustrated. And I know I'm late to the show, but hear me out. My Hero Academia's final arc has been very tiring, I would say. There's good moments here and there, but overall I'm just not invested into the arc, but I still read it because I am a fan of My Hero Academia. But this panel right here is where I got up and decided that, hold on, Horikoshi might be cooking something, because Bakugou's death is not only great thematically, but great for his character in his conclusion, and good for Horikoshi in the war. Let me explain. Bakugou's character at the beginning of the series has been the embodiment of ultimate victory. Bakugou has always bullied Izuku Midoriya because he has an inferiority complex. He always thought that Deku was the one behind him, and he always thought that he was better because that's what he was told from his childhood. And the Bakugou that you see in the beginning of the series and the Bakugou you see now would never do the things that he just did in that chapter. Like, you wouldn't even think about it. And if you told a new My Hero Academia fan that Bakugou would sacrifice himself for the greater good of Hero Society, they wouldn't believe you. But further down the line, we get to see a crumble to this facade and personality of Bakugou. Bakugou decides that this is a toxic way to chase victory. This is a toxic way to be a hero. This isn't what he's supposed to achieve. And he owns up to his own mistakes by trying to get along with Deku and trying to even train with him. And in the villain arc, an arc that I predominantly fucking hate, it still adds up to his character and his development. I will say this. He nails Bakugou's character and Deku's interaction. Deku right now was at the lowest of his life, physically and mentally, having the burden of carrying One for All and fighting All for One to the death, and possibly even losing and dying and having the whole world on his shoulders. Deku has always put himself before everyone else when he needs to save somebody. He doesn't care what happens to him as long as they can smile and they're safe. And this was a flaw in Deku's character in the villain arc. Deku would keep on going even if his body broke, even if he was tired. Bakugou has a heart-to-heart with Deku in Deku's lowest point. It's not with Bakugou when he was at his lowest, when All Might lost his powers and blamed himself. It's now reversed. Bakugou tells Deku that he hated seeing him in front of him, and he tried to act superior, but nothing worked. He kept losing that fight, and when they got to UA, nothing worked again. So he had to reevaluate himself and understand his own weaknesses and Deku's strengths. And he never expected things to change between them, but still, that's his truth. And for the first time, not calling him Deku, but Izuku Midoriya. And Bakugou shows that he's really matured from his time before in the beginning of the series, and it shows a lot. And that's why I think the death of Bakugou would have been so much better. Because one, Horikoshi would have established stakes, that if Bakugou could die, anyone's going out. It could be anyone. And Horikoshi did a good job with that. Now, I see a lot of people probably saying in the comments, or in general, well, Bakugou never fulfilled his goal in being the #1 hero and being better than even All Might, so that means his death was just bad. I think people need to understand that just because a character doesn't fulfill their dream to reach it, doesn't mean it's bad. It just leaves their goal unfulfilled, which is more painful for Bakugou, the kid who tried his hardest to reach his dreams, who was the embodiment of everything wrong with Hero Society, completely dies right in front of us. And when this probably could have been stopped, this could have been prevented, but he's now gone, and he put himself above anyone else, and he tried his best to stop the demon, which was Shigaraki, but failed. Now, I do wish that Bakugou died right in front of Deku for the salt, but hey, whatever, it's all cool. But sadly, some good things can't just stand, because Horikoshi may have dropped the ball. And look, bro, Sun Tzu's war comments really embody this and what Horikoshi did. You either see yourself becoming a Tom Brady, or you see yourself becoming a Sam fucking Darnold. This man, Horikoshi, dropped back and fucking threw a pick all the way to the defender. This man fumbled the bag. There's no other way to put it. Now, obviously, this fake out isn't just a My Hero Academia problem. It is a Black Clover, Bleach, any other series has done this. But I feel like Horikoshi did something special. It's like he came up to me, gave me something, and gave me the middle finger and just said, ha, fuck you, ain't getting it.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Now, let's see who the fuck is reviving Bakugou. They gotta be somebody of relevance to make it more impactful.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Edgeshot. Fucking Edgeshot. Out of all people, you use him. Now, I would either be mad. Well, I would be mad. I wouldn't care if he even used Beshies to, like, stitch up his heart. That I could possibly understand, but I'd still be pissed for the fake out. But fucking Edgeshot. And Horikoshi wants me to sympathize with this guy just because he said, yo, class president, you got this. I do not give a shit about Edgeshot's backstory with Best Genius if he'll shoehorned in. And not only that, I'm betting you that Horikoshi's going to try and give us some parallel between Best Genius and Edgeshot between, Deku and Bakugou when Best Genius gets told by Edgeshot to jump off a roof. Anyways, that's a joke, but still. Nowhere in the series has it been shown that Edgeshot can do this. Nowhere. Edgeshot can't do this. And Horikoshi's trying to give us this type of, final move for Edgeshot when, let's be personally honest, no one likes him. To be honest, I only like him because he's cool design. That's about it.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
And apparently now Edgeshot is going to infiltrate Bakugou's innards, and replace what is left and help him continue moving forward. And this is supposed to be a quote-unquote noble sacrifice from Edgeshot. Look, if maybe Edgeshot had a character and maybe had a solidified character, I'd give a shit. But this is fucking Edgeshot. Why the fuck do I care? Why would Horikoshi basically kill off Bakugou just to bring him back? Bro, you had people crying in spaces for Bakugou. This is how bad this has gotten. Horikoshi, here, this is what I want to talk about for manga authors. If you don't want to kill somebody off, why the fuck would you make it seem like you were going to then just make a fake out and flip off your fans?
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
And you know what the saddest part is? Shigaraki/AFO, the main villain of this fight, is letting it happen. They're doing this in front of the main villain while he's still fighting, and he's been shown that he's on the level of Prime All Might, somebody who was able to beat the shit out of AFO and give him PTSD. Look, I'm not a death merchant who just wants people to die willy-nilly, but you would think the main villain, the person we should fear the most, and without Deku, that maybe some bodies would drop, maybe important bodies would drop, and maybe Shigaraki would have a little bit more confidence and actually not allow this to happen. But he can't, because there's people who should be just considered as flies to him get in his way. He allows them to get in his way because he doesn't put them down, and he doesn't make sure that they're down for the count. But still, and the sad part is, Bakugou's Revival, he's probably going to come back and fight with Deku side by side. That's why I was so skeptical when Bakugou first quote-unquote died, because I never believed it. I never thought Horikoshi would pull the trigger, because even though he wasn't like a Tabata, I still felt like he couldn't pull the trigger. He sometimes couldn't commit, but sometimes he can. That's why I was kind of skeptical, and my skepticism kind of played a factor in me being right, and he couldn't pull the trigger. He just couldn't. He was Ben Simmons from the free throw line. He was Ben Simmons on that wide open dunk. He passed that shit up.
There's no way out of this one. You're done.
Hopefully with Deku's arrival, maybe we can get some consistency from Horikoshi's writing and My Hero Academia in general, because it's kind of hard to become a dick rider for MHA right now. But hopefully you enjoyed my 2 cents on the whole Bakugou Revival situation. If you did, why not subscribe, hit that bell notification, always stay notified whenever I upload. I know it's been quite a while since I uploaded, but hey, I'm going to try to be consistent. But anyways, I'm going to see you guys later. Tell me guys what you think about Bakugou's Revival in the comments, and peace out, guys.